What's going on, all my cloudies out there?
What's up, YouTube?
I'm Lee J.
I'm Crazy K.
And together we are
Kuntry-Boiz
Vapin
Vapin
Vlogs. Today we're going to be doing another Maskervape juice review. Casey, go ahead and pull it off the shelf. What we got here?
Blue Mojito. Hope y'all can see that.
I'll give him a little bit better of a close-up here. Alright, start from this side of the label. You can see we're vaping at 6 nick. Do a nice slow turn right there. Need one of those turning platforms for this. Make them go, being all of the juice. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Blue Mojitos, it is a alcoholic beverage that you can buy in most of your bars. A mojito is a mix of mint and lime, and the blue part would be blue curacao. Curacao. Oh, you're one of them southern boys, so am I.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty then. Down here in the south, we call it curacao. So that's what we're going to call it. That's the blue part of it that I'm guessing. If you'll look on the label, you'll see a nice martini glass with ice, some blue stuff, lime wedges, and some mint. Man, that looks delicious. I'm going to go hit up the bar and get us a blue mojito.
And I'm more of a 3 wise men and a turkey.
There you go, 3 wise men and a hunter. Alrighty. Well, let's sit back and enjoy ourselves now. We have not much juice left in this thing. It's down here. We've really gone through this stuff. This isn't a first time response or review. Well, first time review, but this ain't our first time vaping it. This ain't our first experience with it. In fact, I'll elaborate. I've probably had about 10 bottles of this stuff just personally. It's one of my favorite juices by them.
It's probably my second bottle.
You definitely smell lime. I've never really took the time to smell the juice that much.
It's a pretty good juice. I'll admit that. I think it's my second bottle. Maybe in 3 months.
I can't count.
It's not an all-day vape, but it's got to be in the weekly rotation.
Oh, no.
At least 2 or 3 tanks a week.
Yeah, I've got to have this. This is more like a daily for me. And I've done without it to sacrifice to show you guys different juices. I want to keep some different stuff in my inventory. But I'm going to have to just break the budget and spend a little more. And start getting some of this just for personal. Alright, let you have a whiff of that and see what you get out of it.
Yeah, you smell the lime. Definitely smell the lime. You can also smell blue curacao.
Curacao.
You smell the mint. The mint comes out when you're vaping it.
It's a hint, yeah. Definitely a hint.
Alright.
Casey, what you vaping on over there today?
Picked this up at Jake's this weekend. It's the new Limitless Arms Race. Pretty nice mod. It's a little confusing to use sometimes because I'm not used to the screen being so small on the side. They wanted to keep it elegant and small for people with small vision, with bad vision. It's hard to see the small screens. They wanted to keep it simple for the people that doesn't like to have all the confusing stuff on there, your amperage, your voltage. They just wanted to keep it simple. So far, it's a pretty good mod. You got a little trigger switch down here. Pulls apart, pop your batteries in. This is the only metal piece on the entire mod.
So it's actually a very lightweight mod.
Oh yeah, this thing probably, full bottle of juice probably weighs more than it.
And after you put the tank on, it's still a pretty light mod compared to, say for instance, a 4 battery mod here. My GX350 I'm running, oh yeah, he's got the RX300.
Custom firmware, Joker firmware. I don't know if y'all can see that.
We're going to have to make them fight one day.
Yeah.
And do a competition for y'all guys and see who comes out the better on that one.
It does have a rubberized finish. These little plates right here and right here, not buttons. I wish they was, but the buttons here, these are just for decoration.
Visuals.
Yeah, you got your up and down buttons. If you want a vape that is just beautifully done in wattage mode, I don't fool around with temperature control. But in wattage mode, this thing is phenomenal. I can't tell you a lot about it. I just got it yesterday. This is not a switch either. I wish it was.
Once again, for decoration.
Yeah, it's just for decoration. It's got some cutouts here for your airflow in case your airflow gets blocked. I wish they would have made that flat. But overall, it's a good, reliable mod so far.
Looks like it could be a rugged mod. Which I wouldn't want to go throwing it around or anything. But
oh, yeah. I mean, I took it to work with me today. You can see a little scratch there at the bottom. But I don't think that's going to be bad over time.
Yeah.
The whole thing, again, is like a Delrin almost.
So
like
out of 5 stars, 1 being worst, 5 being tops, what do you think so far?
I'm going to spend a little bit more time with it.
Before you give it a good rating?
Yeah, but right now, I'd say 4 out of 5, man. Vape's good. When I hit that button, it fires.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing. As long as your device vapes good and does what you want it to do, then I guess you're on good standings with what you got. Today I'm vaping on my usual Smock GX 350, and I'm running a Buddha Zypher version 3. I built my coils in it just yesterday. I'm running twisted coils. Put them in a drill and twisted them together and done 5 wraps. And of course, deal coil, you see that, and it is hitting at 0.2 ohms. So that's what I'm going to be running today.
One thing to know about this arms race, I don't like adjusting in 0.1 watts. It's useless to me. Let's adjust in 0.5. And if you hold the button down, it has an accelerometer on it where it adjusts in 1 watt increments. And it jumps up there. It goes from 5 to 200 watts. Runs on 2 18650s. Like I said, it's a good mod so far. Want to spend about a week, maybe 2 weeks, before I tell you my overall rating on it. But
Sounds
so
good.
far, it's a banging mod, man. It knocked it out.
All right, well, let's hit up on some recent news in vaping advocacy. I think he's got a little something to say about Mark Sanford.
Yeah, the Cole Bishop amendment didn't pass, but HR 1136 is still in effect. It actually gained some sponsorship currently from South Carolina from Representative Jeff Duncan. Thank you to him. We need to get in touch with Mark Sanford, who has not co-sponsored the bill yet. Remember, you vape, you vote. If you vote, let them know. If you want them to co-sponsor the bill, let them know. They're not going to know unless your voice is heard. Again, I wrote Tim Scott, had a reply back in 2 days. Monday morning when I woke up, it was there. It's Mark Sanford, our former governor. I hope he gets on board. There's a lot of them that's got on board. Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Jeff Duncan. We need to get Mark Sanford on board. If you don't know, text 50409. Text resist to 50409, and tell them what you want to say. Share your vaping story with them. They're not going to know the positive side of vaping with all the negative in the news.
Until we come out and reach out to them.
Yeah, they've got to know the vaping story of how many lives it saved. Now, our motto is vaping saves lives, so keep it cloudy. But at the end of the day, vaping does save lives.
Absolutely.
Whether you're on a starter kit, doing mouth to lung, or you're on clouds and doing series, or you're running a 4S lipo, it doesn't matter. It still saves lives.
That's where all of us in the vaping community need to settle all of our differences and stop with the drama, because we're out there to keep vaping, to live a healthier lifestyle for us and for everyone else around us. Not everybody wants to smell those stinkies all the time. In fact, I just don't want to smell them at all.
Yeah, I went to the beach over the weekend. Took a family trip down there.
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. It was a long ride, man. But down there, man, when you're walking the boardwalk, I know for me, my son being around it, I didn't like it anymore. I stopped smoking a while back, y'all. And my son, he hasn't been around it as much since then. Still got a few people in the family that smokes, trying, working on that. But he hasn't been around smoke that bad in a long time.
Real quick, while we're still sort of on advocacy and pro health and stuff, now I heard a rumor. I want to give a shout out real quick to my brother-in-law and good friend Trey Jenkins. Hey Trey, if you're watching us, I just want to give you a quick shout out. You told me something earlier tonight when I was talking to you, and I don't know if it's a rumor, and I don't know if you've heard anything about this, but I heard that President Trump has signed some type of bill that would just completely eliminate the FDA in 2018.
I haven't heard anything about that.
And if so, what would that do for the vaping community?
Let me do some research, and in the next video, we'll talk about that. Again,
Okay.
I haven't heard anything. I do know that today, Trump fired the FBI, the leader of the FBI, James Comey. I do know that. But we're not getting on political, because we have the same political views, but I know a lot of us don't share them. So we're gonna try to stay off politics, religion, stuff like that. It's not a good. That's not what our channel's based on.
No.
But we all have our views. And let's respect each other's views, y'all. I'm not gonna like stuff you like. You're not gonna like stuff I like.
Real quick, I want to give y'all a little tip. If y'all drip, if you're cotton, if you gotta like it like I do, and get a good tight fit of cotton inside here, and it's not quite wanting to wick good, if you kind of mash the button and kind of pulse it a little bit, it'll actually soak that juice down into the cotton to where you can get a little bit more juice on there, and that way you can take a few more hits before you go get a dry hit. Oh, you hitting without me. I got you.
You're too slow, man.
I just wanted to give my Cloudies a good tip here. All right. Hitting at 125 watts, starting out with, and we are at 0.2 ohms. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that beautiful Buddha Zyphra V3. Here we go. Let's have a toke.
Vaping on the Noisy Cricket V2, about halfway open in series mode, in regulated series mode. Goon. Dual fuse Claptons, 0.223. As always, that's my daily. Here we go.
Guys, I'm going to just say, if you've ever actually had a Blue Mojito, I have. I'm not too much on the girly drinks, but like he said, 3 wise men and a hunter, that's right up my alley. Unfortunately, I don't think Maskervape makes anything to that degree. I know they make a Fireball whiskey, and I've had it. We will review it. It's good stuff. I don't even like cinnamon, but I like that. Really good.
Oh, by the way, real quick, if you go on Masker Nation and Facebook, there's a poll up right now that I created. He don't even know about it. I created a poll for our next juice review. Please go pick your juice. I listed a bunch of them. I think that I'd listed 10 in total. Go pick it. Whatever you pick, we'll review. It's that simple, y'all. I did include peach cobbler, honey, and I couldn't remember your other flavor. What was your other flavor?
Root beer?
Yeah, I didn't put root beer in there, but honey and peach cobbler is in there.
Okay, add root beer to the poll, even though it don't say it. If you guys are watching this and you want us to try it, make sure to comment root beer in the comments, either here on our YouTube channel or, like he said, go to Facebook, hashtag Maskernation. It'll pop up and it'll go to the page. It'll show the Casey Gosnell.
Yep.
Would be you. I know he goes by Crazy K here on the channel, but I guess it's good enough time to let everybody know our names. That's Casey Gosnell. I'm Lee Jones, hence Lee J.
Yeah, we do have government names. We're not sovereign citizens.
So, just letting y'all know. Yeah, be sure to hit us up on Facebook. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button below here on YouTube. And let us guys know what you think. We're always open to all the support we can get by just word of, hey, we enjoy what you do. And that's great. That's beautiful enough. Let's talk about the juice, dude. Lime.
Oh yeah.
That lime is prominent in the juice.
Believe it or not, I get more mint than lime. At my wattage right now, which I have no clue what it is, it's somewhere between 2.2 and 6.4 volts. I think it's about 4.5, somewhere in there.
Hey, quick idea. Why don't you put it on your Limitless box? And while you're doing that, I'll talk about what I'm getting. While you're doing that, I'm going to put a couple more drips on here.
You got to put me on the spot, don't you?
Yeah, I got to put you on the spot.
Bragging about my new mod, and he's going to sit there and make me put it on it.
There you go. That's what a friend's for. That way you know what wattage you're hitting at, what ohm level you're at, and all that good stuff.
All right, it's reading at 0.21.
You need to know.
At 150 watts, 5.6 volts.
I'm going to go up to 150. I was vaping at 125. Let's go up to 150 and show you guys that. Don't want to keep it down too long because...
that's a little bit warmer. So I was reading a little bit less than 150 watts.
That lime, as you turn it up, the lime starts coming through a little more.
Believe it or not, the blue Kiriko comes out at 150 watts. What are you running at?
150 watts, just like you. You're only you're a hundredth of an ohm difference in me. So we're vaping actually at the exact same thing right now.
Yep.
Well, other than your cool build and my cool build.
Yeah, the fused claptons get a lot of flavor on there.
Yeah, I'm getting more clouds with the twisted Kenthal, but you know me, I got to keep it cloudy.
And with that green on there, it's really light. Feel how light that is.
Oh, dude, it's actually a nice match. See the gold there and the gold there.
The black tip and the black.
Yeah, man, that's sexy right there, man.
In the words of one of my favorite YouTubers, that's matchy matchy.
Matchy matchy.
And I know Andrea loves matchy matchy setups. So.
Quick shout out to a few of our friends. Hey, David, Andrea, Masker. We're glad that you watch our videos and support us. Definitely.
Hey, James. Hey, MJ. Hey, Brian. Hey,
Bridget, Red.
Bridget, yeah.
Charlotte, Logan. If you guys are watching from Promo Maskervape, then hey, you guys. This is Chuckles sitting here. That's another one you guys will learn. Maybe I might start going by Chuckles on the channel. I don't know.
Team Maskervape, Cloud Team. I'm Prospect Country. Hopefully in June getting my full setup. I'm still gonna be at the Magic Cloud competition in Greenville on May 27th at 7 p.m. I'm still gonna be there. We're still working on Lee over here. It's bit of a scheduling issue.
Yeah. Since I was scheduled 2 work weekends where I'm at, it's very hectic and extremely hard to get a weekend off, since that's what I said that I'd work is weekends.
I do have to say hey to Hot Dog. Congratulations on getting married. Still want some cools.
Murdered.
Married.
Murdered.
Yeah. Signs life away. But congratulations to you, man. I hate that I couldn't be there. But I did see pictures. It was a beautiful wedding. Keep doing it. I do want some hot dog cools, though. If you don't know, look up hashtag hot dog discount cools. Guy makes some great cools.
Yeah, I kind of wish I was running some hot dog cools on here right now. I'm going to jack it on up and see what we get out of it. I'm at 150 watts now. Let's see. Let's go to 200. That's your max out on that one. Are you going to quite max it out, or?
I might hit it at 175.
Good job. Good job. The juice is warm.
Yeah, that's really hot.
Yeah. That's not one of those that you're going to want to turn up a whole lot. It's one of those juices that heat up real quick.
But as you turn it up, it gets sweeter.
It does. And that's what I'm saying with a lot of the Maskervape juices.
It does better at higher wattages. The hotter you can stand it, the more flavor you get out of it. It doesn't, it's not like a lot of these juices that burn at high wattage. It's really, yes, the vape is hot, but it mellows it out with the sweetness and the flavor.
200 is about as just about as high as I'm going to take it this time, guys. But you get the just Blue Mojito, like I said, it's one of my dailies, and it's hard to explain in words what you get with it. It's just that blend of everything that would be in a Blue Mojito. I would honestly, I don't really fool with temperature control much either, but it would be
good on temp control.
Oh yeah, definitely, just a good cool vape, and a Blue Mojito kind of makes you want to go back to the beach and just sit there and cloud away. Yeah, he was down there at the beach trying to provide them a little clouds and a little overcast, and I stayed up here in Spartanburg and kept it cloudy for you guys.
I did have some good interactions at the beach, along with some bad. Won't get into too many details, but one shop was really disrespectful. I will not mention them. I will not say anything further about them. Just be careful the shops you go to. Only buy from shops you know and trust. Be careful on who you're buying from. If you're going to the flea market, do it. I mean, but just make sure that they stand behind their mods, their products. I've seen a lot of people get messed up from flea market deals. I've seen a lot of people get messed up from store deals. It doesn't matter the price point. The price point doesn't matter because some shops get it cheaper so they can sell it cheaper. But just because you're paying a higher price doesn't mean that it's
a better juice.
A better juice, a better mod. I've seen single battery tube mechs go for close to $1,000. The Caravella. Back when I first started vaping, Brian, I know you'll know the exact mod I'm talking about because you still got a Nimmy, and I actually want it, but I don't want to pay that price. The Nimmy was one of my very first, and this is a long time ago, y'all. The Nimmy, the Nemesis, was one of my very first tube mechs. I don't know if you remember my copper Nimmy. Fantastic tube mod. Had a little bit of a voltage drop, not a lot. I think it had maybe 1 full volt of voltage drop. Me personally, I used to use a Stellaire V2 on a copper Nimmy. I had a brass Stellaire V2 on a copper Nimmy, and that was one of my favorite vapes till this day.
Now this guy here can vouch for probably about 50 different mods, not exaggerating that he's had or vaped on or this, that, and other. I've kind of kept it simple through the years. I can actually, in 3 minutes, I can tell you the history of every mod I've ever had. It started out with one of your little pen egos that you can get from Little Cricket now, which I actually got from a vapor store of no name said. I got it from there. Wanted something a little more powerful, so I went and got a spinner V2, and I loved it. I loved that spinner. I know you remember the spinners. It's probably one of the better.
The Vision spinners.
That's probably one of the better pens that of all times, in my opinion, that you could get for the price point. And then from there, I told him that I never wanted a box mod. For a long time, I sat there and fussed about box mods, but actually, my next mod wasn't. It was a Vamo V5, hit 15 watts, and man, I was top of the world. I had a Kangaroo Mega on it, not the Giant, but the Aerotank Mega. That's right. Had the Aerotank Mega. Boy, I was blowing clouds like, whoa! Did you see that? Nothing like this. And
oh no, I remember the very first one I ever had was an Ego. And then I went back a few days later and got a spinner. Mine was a hand-carved wooden spinner with an internal battery and everything. Then I got the Vamo V3, and then I've got, the list goes on and on. My very first mech mod was actually a Meraxis, which is a huge piece of crap. I loved it. It looked beautifully, but the voltage drop sucked. Then I upgraded to a Copper Nemi.
So after the Vamo, I held on to that Vamo for about a year. This is where I started getting into the year points now. Held on to the Vamo for 8 or 9 months. Then I finally broke down and got my first box mod. He was wanting to sell me a Sigelli 100 watt plus for a while, but I actually found a better deal and got me a brand new Sigelli 150 watt box mod. And I did hold on to that for...
I know for a fact I was one of the very first people in Spartanburg County to get a Sigelli 100. I got into a group buy on Facebook. The guy found out they was coming out and he was like, hey, y'all want to run a group buy? Sure. Sent him my money the day they come out. 3 days later I had mine in my hands. That, and this is years ago, and some of y'all will remember, is the very first, the V1 of the Mutation X.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to build that good back then. But I built a .12 on coil, which was hot back then.
Oh, yeah.
With 20 gauge wire. People use 20 gauge now like it's nothing. But let me tell you, that stuff is hard to work with. It is so hard to bend. Back then, I haven't tried it in a long time, but back then it was so hard to bend. It would eat up my fingers. It would do all kinds of stuff. But now I build with fused Claptons. I've got stapled, staggered fused Claptons in there. And seeing the vaping community go from what I seen it as when I was first coming into the game to now is mind-blowing. Yeah. If you've got a old school mod, do it, man. I love seeing old school setups.
You know, one day I might actually get on here and fill it up before I actually start vaping it, which I'd have to change it out for higher wattage, but I have something in there that you guys probably, if you know anything about vaping from a long time ago, I got something in there that runs real old school. It's a K-Fun. It's a SVEO Mephisto. Zvamesto. It's a German tank. You know anything about those tanks? They're really high end. Actually got a good deal with that. And
some of y'all might remember this mod. That K-Phone would work good on this mod.
Oh yeah.
But this is an old school mod. It works. I think the battery's dead, but that's a iTaste SVD, Superior Vaping Device, 15 watts. That's an old school setup. I want to start doing a retro, like a throwback.
Yeah.
Like a throwback video. At least one mod in each video will be a throwback.
So after my Sigelli 150, I held on to it a little over a year. I finally upped the score and got me a 200 watt
Rouleau.
Wismet Rouleau. Got the 200S, which had the bigger screen on it. And then I had that for right at a year, if not actually exactly a year. And then I moved up to this, and I hadn't had this maybe just over a month. 2 months tops. And that's it. You know, and I think this is going to be a good stopping point for me for about another year unless we get a little notable and get some sponsorship going. But we're not getting into that. We're just in this for fun, in this for our hearts, and tell y'all our experience with Maskervape juices.
If I tried to name off all my mods, we'd be here for hours. I meet a lot of people online, I find something I like, and I trade for it. Or if I'll save up my money and buy one. I'm looking to buy Axis Vape M17, which is a little overpriced for what it is. It's a resin and acrylic box. But the reviews I've seen on these mods are so good. I haven't seen a bad review yet for them. I'm saving my money right now to get one, along with a triple series PWM Grim mod. I don't know if he wants that out there, but Grim mods, from everything I've seen and heard, is a very, very good mod. Again, it's a triple series PWM box where you can adjust your wattage or your voltage just like on a Noisy Cricket with the potentiometer. I can't wait to get it. He's building it for me now. Hope to have it here in the next few weeks. Because again, it is a handmade box.
Yeah.
He puts the 510s, puts the battery sled, he puts everything into them. I'll talk to him and see if he wants me to put him out there like that.
If you didn't, we do apologize.
Yeah, if you don't, I'm sorry. Just let me know. Send me a personal message, and we'll take it out. It's no big deal. We'll take it out of the video. I think that about wraps it up, man. So you're gonna go back to it? You're gonna keep vaping it?
Oh, the
Blue Mojito?
Blue Mojito? Yeah, definitely. If up to me, like I said, it can be a daily for me. There's something about that flavor. It's not something that you get in just any e-juice. It's not just sweet, or it's not just this or just that. It's a complex juice for the flavors that's in it, between the lime, the mint, and the curacao. Curacao. It's curacao from where we're from. And if you don't like it, get over it. I guess that will wrap it up there, Crazy K.
All right, man. So just remember, vaping saves lives.
Keep it cloudy.